Assalamu alaikum. I start my presentation with the name of Allah who is King of the Kings. Today I am here in case to share my presentation, assignment presentation that is all about problems of communication. Before starting my presentation, I want to introduce myself. My name is Sheikh Chirag and my assignment is submitted to Dr. Kenzul Rahman and my registration number is 283141 and I belongs to section D and subject is English 302 communication skills and my assignment and presentation topic is problems of communication. Before starting the problems of communication, I want to clear the word communication. The word communication has been derived from the word communicate, how we interact, how we communicate with others. Each person's mind is unique filter. Each person have a unique mind to think or interact or communicate with others. Problems with communications are more likely to occur when the communicators' filters are sharply different. Here a main point had been identified that problems with communications are more likely to occur when a communicator filters are sharply different. The message sender's meaning and the receiver's response are affected by numerous factors. There are numerous, there are plenty of factors by which the sender meanings and the response are affected. The first is convention of meaning. The second is perception of reality, and the third value, attitude, and opinion. First of all, I will define the convention of meaning. What is convention of meaning? Convention of meaning is simply a fundamental principle of communication is that the symbol the sender uses to communicate message must have essentially the same meaning in both the sender and receiver minds. You can never assume that the message in your mind will be perfectly transmitted to your receivers. This small sentence which I have written, which is totally based to the convention of the meaning, that can absolutely define what the convention of meaning is. This simply sentence, the paragraph which I have written, that is very important for defining the convention of meaning. The meaning of word semantics. Here semantics is here it is defining the word semantic, that is what. Semantics are concentrated within each person experience of reality. The meaning of word semantics are concentrated within each person experience of reality. The knowledge we each have about a subject or word affect the meaning we attach to it. This is fundamentally defining convention of meaning, that it is absolutely the knowledge we each have about a subject or word affect the meaning we attach to it. We attach to it is defining affect the meaning we watch to it. We attach to it. Here miscommunication occur when sender and receiver have different meaning for the symbol used. Here simply it is defining that miscommunication. Miscommunication mean you are communicating with someone, but your communicating is not complete. You're totally not in the way to communicate with the people, with your friends. That communication is in different ways. There is some miscommunication in your minds. Miscommunication occurs when sender and receiver have different meaning for this symbol used. The symbol is being used in the sender and receivers both have the different meaning of that miscommunication. Here simply it is defining the same thing. To avoid communication error, be sure that your words convey the plain meaning to the reader. Here the most important thing is being defined. To avoid communication error, if a student avoid the communication error, that he would be in reality shows. To avoid communication error, be sure that your words convey the plain meaning to the readers. Miscommunication may occur due to relation to here it is simply defining there are some aspects, there are some ways by which the communication miscommunication occurs. Mean the first is denotation, the second is connotation, and the third is euphemism. Denotation. Mean here I will define the denotation. Mean that is this is the way mean communication became missed. A denotation is usually the dictionary meaning of a word. Mean a denotation is usually the dictionary meaning of word that is mean simply cleared. Denoted, denotative meanings name object, people, or event without indicating positive or negative qualities. Such as word as car, desk, house, and water convey same meaning. Here these words are conveying the same meaning, such as car, desk, house, and water. These words are conveying the same meaning. This is simply being defined here. The receiver has a similar understanding of the things in which the word is used. The receiver has a similar understanding. You are sending something and the receiver is receiving the thing. The receiver has a similar understanding. What you have understand in that communication, the receiver also understand the same thing which you have communicated with him. Of the thing in which the word is used. Connotation. A connotation is an implication of a word or a suggestion separate from the usual definition. Here it is simply saying a connotation is a implication of a word or suggestion separate from the usual definition. And some words have connotative meaning that is qualitative judgment and personal reaction. Here two things are being discussed: qualitative judgment and personal reaction. These are some words have connotative meaning. These are connotative meaning that is qualitative judgment and personal reaction. The word man is a denotative, but father, brother, or uncles are connotative. Here the things are being defined wonderfully. The word man is what? Denotative, but father, brother, or uncles are connotative. Simple words have positive connotative and some negative connotative. Simple there are some simple words which I have said: desk, car. These are simple words, and these simple words a positive connotation and some negative connotation. For example, slam girl and slam chances. These are two mean best example which I have given. Example as a connotation. Slam girl and slam chances. Euphemism, an expression that is gentler or less direct than the one used to refer to something unpleasant or embarrassing. It is simply an expression. It is simply an expression that refers something unpleasant. That is not an state of pleasure or that is embarrassing to the someone. For example, pass away. Pass away mean someone dies. This is clearing that someone dies. It is not a pleasure thing. It is not a pleasure for a family. It is not a pleasure for a father or a friend or a son. That is unpleasant or embarrassing. Now I have defined the problems of communication. Now I want to define problems of communication, the perception and reality. Here we will define communication and perception of reality. Because of the changing world, day by day the world is being changed. That is absolutely clear that the day by day this world is being changed. New inventions are coming, new discoveries are being discovered, and new sentiments are being generated. Because of the changing world, everyone has his own concept of reality. If you give the example of some extraordinary scientist, because of the changing world, because of them the world is being changed and everyone has own concept of reality. If you give the example of cell theory, different scientists have given their own cell theory, but among them one is being accepted because of concept of reality. Here reality is being accepted. The material world provides a special reality to each individual. In this material world, this world is actually the material world, provides a special reality to each individual. Also, human being sensory perception, touch, sight, hearing, smell, taste. Mean these are what sensory perception. Mean touch, sight, hearing, smell, taste. Mean these are senses which humans have are limited, and each person's mental filter is unique. And each person, each person's mental filter is unique. Filter is unique. We make various abstractions, inferences, or evaluations of the world around us. Abstraction, focusing on some detail and omitting other, is a process called abstraction. Abstraction is just focusing focusing on some details. Mean if we focus, if we mean if we concentrate our generated focus to a detail something and omit others, mean this omitting what something is not unnecessary, mean unnecessary things are omitted, mean these are rejected. So that process is called abstracting. In countless instances, abstracting is necessary. If we talk about the countless instances, then abstraction is absolutely necessary. However, you should be courteous, courteous about selected statements. Whether you write or speak, you need to select facts that are relevant to accomplish your purpose and to omit the rest. Meaning here is simply saying whenever you speak something or write something, you have to select the fact. In irrelevant things should not be speak or write, or should not be selected. Just you have to select the relevant things. For example, in a one page application letter about yourself. Inferring, conclusion made by reasoning from evidence or premises are called inference. Inferencing is just conclusion made by reasoning. A logical reasoning is being discussed, and something is calculated, that is inferences. Every day most of us find it is necessary to act on some inferences. We make assumption and draw conclusion even though we are not able to immediately verify the evidence. That is simply defining this thing. Some inferences are both necessary and desirable, other are risky and dangerous. Some inferences we do in our life, these are necessary and desirable, some are risky and some are dangerous. Evaluations. In evaluation, assum, assuming other interpretation. Not everyone will draw the same conclusion from a given situation or set of information. Everybody interprets things differently. Here is just it is simpling that we everyone has their own mindset. Just it is being discussed, and that is my presentation which I have given about the problems of the communication.